Welcome to the MS&Me Radio Network. The broadcast shows are for informational and entertainment purposes only. They are not designed to provide listeners with specific personal, medical, or counseling advice. Individuals with a medical issue should always consult their healthcare provider. MS&Me is not responsible for content of individual shows. The views expressed by show hosts or their guests are their own. Enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Dawn Melanie. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of my series titled Managing Self. Today, I'll be sharing with you some of my personal stories of how I manage myself living with multiple sclerosis, relapsing and remitting multiple sclerosis now for over 20 years and counting. I do this every day by using elements that I consider key to my success. Those elements include faith. I have strong faith, fitness. I practice a healthy lifestyle or a fit lifestyle, incorporating healthy eating choices and as much physical activity that I can healthily as allowed by my body any given day. I enjoy having fun with my family and friends at all times, and usually this involves food. I do like to have food. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. Basically positive, glass half full, never half empty. Okay, so the past month or so, I've had at least 2 blow-ups, shall we call them. So I thought about that and I figured, you know what? Do I need to get that in check? Literally check yourself, or as I say, manage myself. I know that I'll never be stress-free. I'm sure you all heard that many times before, but I do believe that I need to practice what I preach. And that is, strive to live a stress-less experience with or without MS. Whether or not I'm successful or not, I'll live. Well, each day that I'm alive, I'm living, correct? That's just biological terms. I know that I can live no matter how no matter how successful I am with that goal. But what I want to do every day is I want to strive to not just live, but I want to strive to thrive, yielding the best me that I can be every day. Okay, so I say, you heard me, I verbally said that I want to check myself. I shouldn't be doing this, so I need to correct my behavior. So what do? Well, first of all, I sat down and took note of how I felt, my state of mind. Remember, talked about that mind-body link. So whatever I'm feeling, I'm emoting. It's probably originated where in my mind as a thought. So anyway, I was like, well, you know what? Both those instances, 2 or 3 instances, they were the success, or shall I say, they followed a situation where I got angry, very angry, no doubt about it. And I thought about it, was I cool with that? Was I comfortable? Was I relaxed? And I'm like, hell no. I was pissed off. Like, that's it, plain as day. And again, not cool. But I was like, you know what, Dawn? It was, you know the 80-20 rule. 80% of how we feel or our stress that we go through in life, it's actually on the result of 20% of the things that we are encountered with, or that we cross paths with. So I was like, wow, this is pretty silly, because you know what? This is yet again something very predictable. Get something cross your paths that you're not happy with, or you're not ideal for your situation, and you lose it. Not cool. So, I basically failed my 80-20 rule. I let the 20% jack with me and caused me 80% of stress that could have been avoided. But anyway, needless to say, begrudgingly, I admit, I blew up. I blew up because I lost my cool. Yes, I lost my cool. I decided not to leave it alone. That is, whatever I was dealing with. And I allowed that to fuel my aggressiveness, and thus exacerbate the situation, the aggressive situation, which it was, and which it only built up to be more. So I asked myself, Dawn, how could you have steered away from the blow up? And well, and I thought, and I still think, I think about bettering myself in this area every day, because, like I said, I manage myself multiple sclerosis, but this is in part of my life that permeates everything of my life. You know, if I blow up, then it's going to cause stress and perhaps worsen my MS. So I think about this every day. So you know, I was like, let's be honest with yourself, Dawn. You know, what do you do when you're sick? And generally, you know, what do we say when we're kids? We're like, you know, mom's like, hey, you have a fever of 101, 102, and it probably gives you some sort of quote unquote medicine. So it's like, hey, Dawn, let's go old school. Let's go old school. How about you take your medicine? I say, take my medicine. I'm not talking about my subcutaneous injection or my disease modifying therapy for MS, but I mean my medicine, and this is a part of me managing myself. Basically, you know, we think of an illness such as multiple sclerosis, which is a chronic illness. There's other illnesses as well, which people take medicine for, but I've known over the years that advice from my mom, people who I respect to this very day, people who I may cross paths with who don't know me, as we say, they don't know me from Adam or Eve, but the words have stuck in my head because they're words to make me think. Not just say, hey, do this, but words to make me think about how I am going to do me. I know that listening to those words, contemplating them, giving them some serious thought, teachings, whether it be from a scriptural, you know, a biblical stance, or philosophers, a lot of Greek philosophers. I do a lot of reading there. But no matter what your teachings are that you go to, I think they're all important because, in essence, for me, I know it's become like my antidote to complacency. You know, we all get kind of comfortable in doing things a certain way, and we think, well, that is just what it is. I got angry. I got pissed off. I got angry. I yelled. Well, that's not cool. Like I said, that's not cool. I don't condone that by any means. So I do want to stress, I know that, you know, I'm not saying any readings, any teachings, any philosophy, any studying you do is going to be the cure-all. The cure-all for all. I don't believe that at all, but I do believe that it's what makes, well, having this in your, I'm going to say in your pocket, having this, or in your mind, shall I say, that's what makes you want to find a way to overcome that challenge. You know, my challenge of getting angry, losing my cool. You know, if I can sit and think of, you know, maybe a meditative quote or something like that, or just a situation to sit and think about that. That's what helps me to want to find a way to get better. So if I think about that, I say, well, you can perhaps do things along this route, and it'll help you get to your destination to which I know that I'm trying to reach. I know I have multiple sclerosis. Like I said, it's a chronic illness, and there's many serious illnesses out there. Some chronic, serious. I won't even name any others. So no one thinks that I'm picking any out, but I'll just stick with multiple sclerosis. But one thing I know that is none of these, to which I'm speaking of, none of these are going away with just one single dose of anything. You know, listening to your teachers or doing your reading or going to a meeting and, you know, meeting with friends, and it's not going to be a one-time thing. You know, you just don't do it one time and, oh, it's gone. If it was that easy, well, there'd be no big pharma, right? Anyway, I do encourage you all to reach out for guidance. Reach out for, you know, any guidance you can get, whether it be platonic, friendly, spiritual, what have you. Reach out, reading books like that, because it will help you be a better you. I know it's helping me be a better me, and to understand me beyond just what people may say or opinions that are spread or shared. I have my own opinion, and it's developed by me, so, you know, respect my opinion. I know, I absolutely know why I quote unquote lost my cool. I got angry. I got so very, very, very angry. Sometimes people blow up because they have hatred. There's a difference between angry and hate. Angry and hatred. Hatred always involves holding a grudge. That's hate. Like, I hate that. Hey, hey guys, I'll say it. I hate MS. I hate multiple sclerosis. I hold a grudge against it. I sure do. And I'm not ashamed to say it. But anyway, if you think about that in other areas of your life, people hold grudges, and they when they hate something, they think of something as something or someone as bad, as an enemy. That's a foe. It's oh gosh, a lot of energy that's poured into that hatred. Maintaining that hatred. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of maintenance to hate something, and worse, it torments us. To hate something, it only torments the hater, the person who is hating the subject. That really, really takes a lot of energy. I guess I'll paraphrase somewhat. If it's Buddha or one of his students said, those tormented by pain of anger will never know tranquility of mind. Strangers they will be to every pleasure. Sleep departs them. They can never rest. Jeez. I read that and I was like, wow, that sounds like a great life. Seems pretty like a life that's in upheaval, not really enjoying life. So I was like, I don't want to be angry, or I don't want to, I know it's not cool to hate anything. That's too much energy. I don't have energy for that. I only have like X number of spoons, right? We all know the spoon theory. People with MS only have some certain amount of energy. So I don't have as many spoons to use to hate somebody by any means. And as far as anger, yes, I have lost my cool and gotten angry, but that's not cool either, because I want to enjoy pleasurable things. I don't want to not know pleasure. And I like sleeping a good 10 hours a night, and I like to rest. So, being angry is not going to help me in my situation with multiple sclerosis. Remember me? I want to be stressed less, less chance of incurring an exacerbation or flare up if I have less stress. So it's funny. I'm going to kind of jump into the challenge of the week, shall I call it? And first of all, I am a personal trainer, amongst other things, certified trainer. And I know we all have seen workout programs and the challenges, and you got to do X number of sets and reps for X number of weeks or months to achieve the desired goal. Well, I'm going to look at things a little differently, because I'm going to give you guys all some exercises that I myself am also doing here going forward on a regular basis. And it's not going to be anything like my personal records of doing squats at 265, 270 pounds or so, which is over 200 times my weight, maybe two and a quarter times my weight. I'm not going to do anything like that. But my challenge this week is for us all, me included, to just sit, be still. Still, and most importantly, if and when, it's going to happen, if and when encountered with a tough or challenging scenario in our lives, it's going to happen. The challenge is to be patient. That's it. Just be patient. Be still, be patient. Don't react. Be patient. Think. I'm starting to get it. I feel that I have a lot of energy. I'm sure you guys probably say, man, she's... Sometimes I'll talk a mile a minute. Perhaps this is one of those times. I'll be honest. It is before... It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I am pretty energetic still for now. Anyway, my challenge is to be patient. And like I said, I'm learning that patience is actually my armor to fear. I always talk about my smile. My smile is my armor. I smile. It helps give this image where they'll take that as a positive note, and hopefully it's reflected back upon me. So I definitely believe my smile is part of my armor. But patience is one that we fail to recognize as armor. We think of patience, first of all, we think of armor as something to deflect external forces or things in the external world. I know we put on armor is usually considered hard, some sort of like I would say exoskeleton, but something we put around us to shield us, so we can go anywhere with this hard stuff on us, anywhere in the world. But patience is armor. What I mean by that is, something that we can go where we put that on, our patience. Now, we're not reacting to everything, but we're being patient, and more or less we can coexist with anything in the world. We don't have to fear anything. We can coexist with it. Essentially, I believe, if I'm patient, I can work with anything. I can go anywhere with an open heart, with an open mind, and not react so that I hurt myself nor others, but just be patient. Like I said, this is all in lines of me managing myself and not, quote unquote, losing my cool. It's kind of funny. I'm encouraging you all to, take or be more patient so that it can be a shield for you, shall I say, or armor. But I guess you can like it more to like taking your MS medicine. Yeah, I'll say MS medicine, your medicine for your multiple sclerosis. I know for me, mine is different than, the medicine that I take, others are taking, no doubt. However, I know that my response to that medicine is different than everybody else. I can say I'm favorable as the next person, but how it affects my fatigue, or how it affects my memory, or how it affects my sleep, just how it affects my motor skills, my coordination. That's all something to take into consideration. But like I said before, multiple sclerosis is the snowflake disease, where no two of us with multiple sclerosis are the same. Neither our symptoms nor the response rate to any medications, positive or negative. It's not the same. It's just as individual as snowflakes. So just like anything I take for my multiple sclerosis, that is any medicine to slow the progression or help with any flare-ups or symptoms that I'm having, I'll take the things that are tried and true. I like to use the example of Band-Aid. I know that if I put a Band-Aid on my cut, a very superficial cut, it'll cover the wound, deflecting any risk of infection. Getting in the wound. If I clean it out with peroxide, cover up with a bandage for a day or two, I should be okay. That's pretty much tried and true. But for the patient's deal, I know that I have to. I really do know this. That I have to question. I have to remember things that I know, like Band-Aids covers up wounds. Yeah. But there's things that oftentimes are medicine. We have to change therapies. Maybe we're taking a once a week injection to maybe 3 times a week. And some people go, I don't know if I want to do that. Well, first of all, whatever you do, you want to, well, you need to. I know that I ask, and it's okay to ask. Remember I said about the challenge for the week about being patient. The second challenge, I'm going to go ahead and propose it to you guys now, is get together a couple, 2 or 4, a couple of contrasting words of advice or quotes or something like that you can go to and kind of sit back and reflect upon, throughout the day, or maybe sometimes when you sit and meditate for maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the morning. But one of those favorite verses or scripture or what have you that absolutely rings true to you. And the other one is one that you're not quite sure about. And that's the one that's probably going to be more thought-provoking, because it's like I said, just like MS, this is all about you as an individual. I know it's about me as an individual, and I've noticed that the ones, the advice and things that I'm not quite sure about, the ones that I question, any situation that I question, that's probably going to have more of an impact on me in the long run. 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's normal numbers, normal math. But when you start getting that fuzzy math, we call it fuzzy logic, that's when it's probably best to question, especially if it's relevant to your health. I know some things I haven't asked, questions I should have asked at certain times, but I know that regarding my health, my multiple sclerosis, I know I need to ask questions, especially the difficult ones, and then after that, apply anything that I've learned, apply that information, any eureka moments, to help me determine whether or not, like I said, that quote or that scripture or that verse or that word of advice, if it's even true or not. Just because Uncle Buck said, I'm not even going to say it, but just because Uncle Buck said something don't mean it's true. So sometimes we got to sit back and go, is it really true? And maybe ask a couple questions there. So find out what's true. Find out, go with the one that you know is true and one that you're not quite sure about. And maybe for a week or so, apply that to your life and kind of come up with your own personal take on it. I recall one of the teachings about anger is like, if people have anger, by the way, I'm paraphrasing. If people have anger, they have no joy or peace. They have no happiness. I'm like, again, that's kind of grim as far as I'm concerned. That's a state of mind I do not want to reside. I feel that's true. That's something I don't feel I have to test. I know. Like I said, I know when I've gotten anger or I've lost my cool, blown my top, whatever you want to call it. I can't say that I was joyous. I wasn't happy. And I can't say I was in a peaceful state. Like, no, it's none of those things. It was somewhat of a turmoil. The level varied. Nonetheless, I believe that's true. For me, I know that's true. I can't be angry and be joyful, nor peaceful, nor happy. I know that. And as my mama says, yes, Mama, I'm quoting you again. My mom always said, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. With that being said, I've also learned regarding this topic here that it's okay. Like I said, it's okay to have that sense of curiosity, to doubt something. Sometimes I've been accused of being a cynic when I was not being cynic. Yes, I've been cynical at times about some things, but not every time. I believe in having a good doubt of or open sense of curiosity. Basically all in search of determining the truth of situations. So, my past working in corporate America as an auditor, I've learned to basically test something and not just wait to test things. Sometimes, we've tested things and made selections to test right there on the spot. What do you call it, haphazardly? Not so much judgmentally selections, but just maybe pick one or two items off the spot just to see if it's true or not. That's the ones the clients aren't expecting, the auditor to select. So those aren't the ones that are pretty and paperwork's all nice and neat, but the ones that they're not expecting. So it's always kind of good to test something on the spot to get the validity of a situation, so that again you can determine for yourselves the truth and of how you're going to kind of go with that belief or that words of advice that you may be considering at the moment. I want to encourage everyone out there listening today to enjoy life. Not just live, but enjoy life. Enjoy life every day. Yes, walk through the flowers and enjoy the smell of the flowers. Enjoy the dew of the rain. Enjoy the whatever it is you enjoy. Enjoy a warm day. Maybe a sun ray before it gets too hot. Enjoy a cool shower. Enjoy those simple things in life. Enjoy them. What floats your boat may not float mine, but enjoy life. But also know that it's good to doubt sometimes. With I say doubt, I mean not to I don't know if that's you telling the truth, but it's good to doubt things with that sense of open curiosity. To help you determine the truth in your world, as far as your understanding. Unless somebody can convince me otherwise, the truth that I've established or I've come to reckon or realize, what have you, that's the truth. Now, I would say I can be convinced otherwise, but I need some sort of facts or some way to kind of weigh the scales in the other direction to say otherwise. So, regardless, whether anything in life please do that. Weigh the truth. Make it your decision, so that you're comfortable with your decision. And like I said, there's going to be times you're going to be challenged. You're going to be on the spot. There's going to be times where something's going to irk you. It's going to irk the living daylights out of you. It's okay. It's okay. But just remember not to lose your cool. Instead, know what could potentially cause you to be angry or any other negative emotion that you may have elicited. I know me being angry, it's either me not getting what I want or result of getting what I don't want. It's funny, I was reading something about, I've heard it before, but I've read it recently, how our bodies literally change every 7 years or so. The basic cells actually change. So we're different every 7 years. So, we don't get stagnant in any place. Every day recognize the joy, the beauty, the sunlight, the air, the wind, the green grass. Recognize those things, appreciate them every day. I hope each and every one of you will enjoy this week. This has been Dawn Melanie. I do appreciate you for listening, and I do hope you'll join me next week for another episode of Managing Self. Until then, may you have the utmost degree of cheerfulness, happiness, and joy. Take care.